Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and it's finally been revealed. Everything's out there, the fall reveal has happened, and we are getting a brand new expansion really soon, like mid-November. It's coming out before December, so that's like record for a last expansion of the year, so that's great. But what are we getting? What is the new expansion? The new expansion is Madness at the Darkmoon Faire, so it's like this creepy kind of carnival thing going, and the expansion looks ridiculous. The power level of the cards look crazy, and the big highlight of it all is the old gods are coming back, all four of them, and they look like kind of more batshit nuts than ever, except maybe for Nizot. So, let's go over that. I want to just preface this video by saying, on our channel, when we review cards, we wait for every card to be revealed. I don't flood my sub box with reviews every single time a card is revealed. I don't do that here. We wait for every single card to come out, then we review it on a 5-star basis, and then I look like a moron when they're all wrong. But anyways, I like to wait for it in one nice package, and we do it by like class and the neutrals. It's a pretty fun process, so we're going to keep doing that for this. So again, I'm not going to be reviewing cards in this video, and I'm not going to be filling your sub box, so don't worry about that. But I do want to give a general impression of like some of these cards to give you an idea of what we're going to get in the set, because it looks like the power level looks crazy, and the random looks even crazier. So we're getting like Nizot back. Nizot, they're all the same stat line, by the way. They're all 10 mana. They're all the old god stat line. So Nizot's back. He'll summon like 6 minions of different tribes. So you're kind of rewarded for playing like a menagerie type. So that actually seems worth it, Threadles, but you never know. Cthun is like, he puts like a bunch of pieces into your deck. He breaks up at the beginning of the game, and then you draw them, and then for 5 mana you play them, and they do effects like their AoE. They do all sorts of different stuff, and then when they all come together, he does like 30 damage split amongst all enemies. So he kind of, you don't have to do all that buffing work as hard as the old one, so that seems pretty nuts. Yasharaj is coming back, but the big one is Yogg. Yogg is back, and he is probably dumber than ever. I'm like, this better get banned from competitive if this guy's playable, because he's ridiculous. So with Yogg, you have to like cast 10 spells in a game, which is like nothing. Just look at Mage. They do that in like turn 2 with an apprentice. But anyways, if you've cast like 10 spells and you play Yogg, you spin the wheel. There's a wheel, and I'll show like the outcomes here, but you'll want to note there's a skull, and there's a 5% chance when you spin the wheel, it'll go on Rod of Roasting. And Rod of Roasting, you've seen it in Dungeon Run, it casts Pyroblast until somebody dies. So there's a 5% chance when you play Yogg, it will literally coin flip who wins the game. How would you like to determine World Championships doing that? That's ridiculous. Or you play Demon Hunter and you play Blur, and then you win if that hits. So, yeah, crazy high-level RNG with that. A lot of players are really worried about it from what I'm seeing on Twitter. And we'll probably have some, stuff to talk about when we review it later on in like a few weeks. But yeah, it's crazy. And the power level of the cards seem nuts. I'm just going to highlight one Druid card as an example. It's like a spell. It's 2 mana, deal 3 damage to a minion, so that's pretty decent. It's like Dark Bomb, Frostbolt that can't go face. That's not bad, but then you also, your next spell this turn costs 2 less, so it's prep. You get prep on a 3 damage like spell. It's crazy. And the power level of the cards seem like they keep going up and up and up. The team definitely likes to push the envelope, so that's just a taste of things to come. These cards are going to be ridiculous, and we'll probably have a lot more balance patches. But one really cool and awesome thing they did mention, though, is that like 135 cards or whatever will be coming out. There's going to be a mid-expansion content dump. So this expansion, there'll be like 30 or 40 or 50 more cards something. I think it's something like 50 or 40. Will be like launched 2 months after the expansion comes out. So we'll get mid-expansion content, which will shake up the meta, give people a reason to get excited. We don't get the stale, like we're waiting for content thing. So that's awesome, and, it's something to look forward to. And, people have been asking for that for a long time, myself included, and I think that's a really good step in the right direction, especially if they do this for every expansion, which I imagine they will be. I think this will be a common trend going forward. So that's a new expansion. Lots of cool stuff to look forward to. Crazy power level. The next thing they announced is the new Battle Pass system. and like achievements, profile page, all that. Battlepass is very reminiscent of what got leaked in that survey. It looks really, really good. You have like weekly quests that give you a bunch of XP. You can re-roll that at any time, and like that means you don't have to worry about missing a daily quest. You know, you just have a week to complete it. You can do it whenever you want. That's really good. And same goes with the Battle Pass progression. Like, it'll be like, it maps it out. You can see exactly what you need to do. There's a lot of gold, a lot of packs, there's legendary cards, all that stuff. And they said on the stream, you're going to be getting more stuff than you ever did before if you played like for 10 hours or thousands of hours. Based on what you played, you're going to be getting more than what you did before. And I said they wouldn't be ripping us off on that regard because they get roasted for that. And it looks really sweet. The whole UI looks great. And yeah, the Battle Pass system looks sweet. And again, they'll probably have there's the paid version where you get like access to Battlegrounds, all that stuff as well. And you'll get like the XP boost. There's like access to all these different skins. Like they highlighted like a Thrall skin that you can upgrade multiple times to make him look even more badass. So we're getting way more cosmetics, which again is great. I love more stuff. It's way more stuff to get engaged with, and yeah, whether you pay or you don't pay, there's plenty of stuff to unlock, plenty of stuff to do, so that's really cool. And yeah, there's achievements for each mode. You can do, like, they said, like, an example of an achievement is, like, dancing 30 times on one minion with Dancing Daryl and Battlegrounds, or just, like, you know, doing a certain thing in Ladder. Like, each mode, and every mode that'll be added to the game will have its own achievements. It only took, like, 6 years to get there, but hey, we got achievements. I'm excited. I'm gonna try and knock them all off. We'll probably make like, you can make like videos, like guides on like how to do all this stuff. It'll be really cool. I'm excited for that. So achievements, rad. The profile page they showed, there's like a profile where it shows like your levels on your heroes and wins and like your rank. Looked really bare bones, like, oh shit, we just didn't really get time to finish this. So they did say this is not the final product whatsoever. They're going to be adding to it. So yeah, the profile page where you can look at your stuff, it's very primitive, very basic, but again, it's kind of like early. They're going to add to it, so I won't give them a hard time on that. I think they've added so much this reveal. It's crazy how much stuff is in the game. It's really awesome. So that's that stuff. What are we going to end off with here? The new mode of Duels, and can't tell by the title, there is a serious problem with this mode. So I did a prediction video just like the other day, like yesterday, what the modes will be. I predicted this one. PvP dungeon run mode. You build a dungeon run deck and you face off against other people. And people kept telling me, oh, it can't be that because they said you could use wildcards. Well, you can. You can use wildcards in this. You build a base deck off like 16 or 13 cards, something like that, and you use it based on whatever hero. You see what the hero power is, what the hero does. You can build your deck with your standard and wild cards. Yet the problem with this is, how many people have wild cards? Honestly, think about yourself or like your friends or the average person. When I read like in my comments on YouTube or in my chat on Twitch, there's so many people that talk about, you know, the game's too expensive. They have to disenchant their wild cards or they can only hold on to very few. This mode is going to be so hidden behind a paywall in terms of having success by having access to these wild cards. And like, there's so many wild cards. Do you honestly expect players to have held on to everything? I mean, I have like everything. But I'm like 0.1% of the player base. The average person disenchants every wild card because they've been told wild doesn't matter. Keep your standard cards. And now we have this brand new mode that's supposed to entice people to come back, try it out. And by the way, when it was shown on the reveal stream, people seemed bored. There's a lot of resident sleepers in chat, and they lost like 10,000 viewers once Crip and Kibler started battling. But regardless, I really am distressed by the fact that the wildcard thing is really going to turn a lot of people off. And I tweeted about this right after it was revealed, that I feel like the wild cards in this mode should just be available to everybody. You shouldn't have to have the wild cards. It should be like the Doom in the Tomb event from last year, where they brought wild cards into standard and you just have access to them. Because to expect players to have a healthy wild collection on top of standard in a game that is just not cheap at all is kind of ridiculous. And when right now it's only going to be like a casual mode where you battle and like just have fun with it, there's going to be a heroic mode where it's like arena rewards and all that. You're going to have a competitive advantage if you have a wild collection, and that's really pay to win. And I don't know, I know Hearthstone in it somewhat is pay to win, but this feels really pay to win. It feels bad for 90% of your player base, and I think if you want this mode to grow and thrive, you should just give access to the wildcards, but I don't think that's going to happen. So Yeah, not super thrilled. The mode looks cool. I mean, it's dungeon run PvP. It's something I've been interested in. It's not like Battlegrounds battle in terms of like how like groundbreaking it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna like catch the world by storm, but it's a fun addition to the game. It'll constantly get updated. I'll be streaming this mode today on Twitch if you want to go hang out. I'll likely be streaming by the time this video goes live, so if you want to come hang out, check out Duels. But I'll do like a little mini review of Duels tomorrow, give you my thoughts on it. I will give it a go. I'll do the pre-order to get access to it. And by the way, if you want to play Duels, you have to pre-order to get access. Also predicted in my video. So yeah, I have some real problems with the Duels mode. I'm a little worried about it. But everything else, the new expansion looks ridiculous. I'm excited to have my reviews going crazy about those cards. And yeah, the Battle Pass system and all that looks really cool. And Achievements is awesome. And overall, really awesome reveal. Really cool stuff. I'm just a little bit worried about Duels, but we'll see how things progress in that regard. We'll have plenty of videos to cover all that stuff. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friends.